Charles Tyson has a small store in San Francisco. Today he is listening to a young man's story. The young man's name is Ben Farrow. It's my first week in San Francisco, Ben tells him. It's a great city, I like it, but I need a job. Jed needs someone with him here in the store. Mr. Tyson says, Jed, come and say hello to Ben. Ben, can you work with me, Jed? Mr. Tyson calls. A young man comes from the back of the store. I don't need him, he says. Yes, you do, Mr. Tyson says. You are very slow sometimes. He looks at Ben. I live with my daughter. About the store. There is a small bedroom, Lucy, and I don't feel it. I don't need it. You can stay there, Ben. It's 3 weeks later. Ben is good at his job. He's quick and friendly with people. Jed isn't happy. I don't want him there, he thinks. Lucy comes into the store. Hi, Ben, he says. Hi, Lucy, Ben says. He smiles at her. They are very friendly. Jed is jealous. He thinks about this and then he quietly takes some money. Jed says, I'm going to lunch, but Jed doesn't go to lunch. He goes to the back of the store and up to Ben's room. He opens the door and goes in. Where can I put the money? He thinks. He puts the money into Ben's bag. No, Ben can have Lucy and can't have a job in Mr. Tyson's store. Later afternoon, Mr. Tyson arrives and opens his safe. The book says it's $3 today, he says, but there is only $58 here, Ben. I'm not a thief, Mr. Tyson, Ben says. Mr. Tyson searches Ben's room and finds the money. I don't understand, Ben says. Get out, Mr. Tyson says. Get out of my store, thief. Ben can't find a job and he has no money for a room. He sleeps in the Golden Gate Park. Early on the morning of April 18, he opens his eyes suddenly. The ground is moving under him. A man calls, Earthquake! It's an earthquake! Oh no, Ben thinks. Lucy, is she okay? He gets up quickly and runs across the park. People are running out of the city. There are fires in many of the buildings. Some people are calling for help, but many are dead. Jed Happer doesn't listen to people's calls. He is running to Mr. Tyson's store, but he isn't thinking about Lucy. He isn't thinking about Mr. Tyson. He is thinking about Mr. Tyson's safe. A safe with money in it. Across the city, Lucy is alive, but she can't move. There are fires in the building near the store. Father, Father, Lucy says. Where are you? There is no answer, but suddenly Lucy sees Jed. Jed, she calls. Help me! I can't move! Jed sees her, but he doesn't answer. Then he sees the safe. It's open. Jed takes the money from the safe. Jed! Lucy calls again. She's angry now. What are you doing? Jed doesn't answer. He puts the money into his coat. Suddenly, Lucy understands. The $25 in Ben's room, she says. You? Yes, me, Jed says. He smiles. Goodbye, Miss Tyson. Jed runs away down the city streets. He is going to the train station. Now I can get out of the San Francisco, he thinks. With this money, I can buy a small store in a country town. People are calling help, help, but Jed doesn't stop. Then suddenly the ground opens under him. Help, he calls. I'm falling. Ben hears the young man's call. Is that Jed? He thinks. He goes to him. It is. Help me, Jed says. Lucy and Mr. Tyson, Ben asks. They're okay, Jed says. He's angry. Help me, but Ben doesn't believe him. I'm going to Mr. Tyson's store first, he says. Ben arrives at the Mr. Tyson's store. He quickly helps Lucy. Where's your father? He asks. Is he alive? Suddenly, he sees Mr. Tyson there. He calls. The two of them help Lucy's father from the building. Lucy tells her father about the money from the safe and about the $25. Jed is a thief, she says. Now I understand, Mr. Tyson says. I'm sorry, Ben. Stay with your father, Lucy, Ben says, and he runs to Jed. Get me out of here, Jed calls. Throw your coat with the money to me first, Ben says. An angry Jed throws his coat to Ben, then Ben helps Jed. Suddenly, Jed hits Ben. He wants his coat, but he can't get it from Ben. Jed hits him again and runs. Ben finds Lucy and her father again. Here's your money, Mr. Tyson, Ben says. Thank you, Ben. Mr. Tyson answers. I have no store now, but San Francisco is our home. We can make the city great again. Father is right, Ben. Lucy says. Stay with us, please. Ben smiles at her. Okay, he says. And Lucy smiles too.